everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be talking about my top 6 must-haves for weight loss. I'm rocking some blue lipstick with a red shirt. Doesn't match? No, it will. So yes, today I will be talking about 6 things that I recommend everyone have before they embark on their weight loss journey, or while they are in the midst of their weight loss journey or fitness journey or whatever journey it may be. Journey to health. These 6 things have helped me a lot, and I think they're very important to have. For those of you who are new to my channel and don't know, I did lose 130 pounds, and when I was losing weight, I did utilize these 6 things. So hopefully they are helpful to you. If not, I'm sorry. I'm just talking about my own experience. The first must-have for weight loss or fitness or whatever is, drumroll, I'm sure a lot of you will not be surprised to know I've included this in my list. It is actually really good running shoes. I've talked about the importance of good running shoes before, but let me just reiterate. If you are embarking on a journey where you are going to be exercising a lot, whether that involves you running, whether that involves you on the elliptical, walking, whatever, you're gonna want good shoes to protect your feet. When I first started working out, I went from about 2,000 steps a day to well over 10,000, and that's a big jump in activity level, and I really think that I was able to do it because I had good shoes that were really supportive. Now that I run basically full time, shoes are very, very, very important. These are the Under Armour Charged Bandit 3s. These are what I've used for about a year now. I don't have any specific loyalty to these. I just think they work really well. I think they're super bouncy, which I personally like in a running shoe. I personally look at running shoes as an investment. So if it's something you have to save up for, I definitely suggest doing that. It's just, in my opinion, so much better to save up for a good pair of shoes that are gonna last longer and actually protect you. I know spending money on shoes is the worst thing ever, especially if you're like me, the bargain queen, but it is something that is definitely worth investing in. And like, don't get me wrong, you can get a good pair of shoes on sale. You don't have to like break the bank for a good pair of shoes, but you definitely wanna make sure you do have good shoes before you start your weight loss journey. So the second must-have for weight loss is actually B12. Now, B12 is something that not everyone is going to need to supplement. I personally need a supplement because I'm a vegan, and when you're vegan, B12 is something you have to supplement. However, I did include this because B12 is actually a vitamin that a lot of people are deficient in regardless of diet. So people who do eat meat and dairy are often deficient in B12. I also included B12 because something a lot of people forget or look over is that it is super easy to become vitamin deficient when you're losing weight. And that is basically because a lot of people follow different types of diets. A lot of these diets aren't always balanced. So not only are you not eating a balanced diet, but you're also eating in a deficit. So supplementing your vitamins is something you're really gonna wanna do. B12 specifically is something you're gonna wanna supplement for blood cells and nerve endings. So it keeps, you know, your blood healthy, everything like that. But also B12, if you're deficient in B12, you will feel very fatigued and tired, and it will just make, you know, like working out, being active, much more difficult. That's something that a lot of people often overlook, is if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling like you can't get out of bed, if you're feeling exhausted all day, you might just be deficient in a vitamin. So even if you're not trying to lose weight, just make sure you are getting adequate amounts of vitamins. And for me, that involves taking B12. Okay, so the third must-have, honestly, this is probably the most important one that I recommend, and it's actually something that a lot of people don't think of buying, and that is a kitchen scale. So this kitchen scale is just Amazon Basics. I swear it was like 10 bucks, and a kitchen scale is going to make all the difference when preparing food. A trap that a lot of us fall into is we measure serving sizes incorrectly, we overestimate how big a serving size is, or we, you know, measure it once and then think we're good and then forget, and then over time it just slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The problem with this is if you're calorie counting and you're trying to maintain a specific deficit, your deficit is going to decrease every time you do not measure your food if you are over consuming. I remember the first time I weighed out a serving size of cereal. It was the worst day of my life because it is literally this much fucking cereal. I'm just gonna show you why it's really important to weigh your food. So here we have chocolate fudge cake. I eat this almost every day, and as you can tell on the package, it says that per 100 grams it's 260 calories, and then here you can see that it says it's 100 grams, but when I weigh it, you can see that is actually 134 grams, and obviously the packaging will weigh a bit, but it's definitely not 34 grams. So this is not 260 calories. And you can see if you have a bunch of those little things where you're kind of adding calories without really knowing throughout the day, that can actually add to a lot of calories. And a lot of calories lessens your deficit significantly. Okay, so another example, I just have my bowl here. I'm gonna show you guys some serving sizes, because something a lot of people don't realize is that serving sizes are actually way smaller than you assume. So these are just dried red kidney beans. As you can see, a serving size is 46 grams and that is 160 calories. So as you can see, this is 46 grams. Not that many. That's not that many. Okay, so the fourth must-have for weight loss is actually a calorie counting or food tracking app. The one I personally use is called MyFitnessPal. Just looks like this. I've used MyFitnessPal since the beginning of my weight loss journey. It's the one I feel more comfortable with, and it's free. So basically what a calorie counting app is going to enable you to do is it's going to allow you to track all of your meals. So whatever you're eating, you're going to be able to put it in the app, and it's going to give you a total of the amount of calories that you've consumed that day. It's also going to break down your macro goals, and it's just going to make it much easier for you to plan and stay on track when it comes to your diet. The great thing about these apps also, there are a ton, MyFitnessPal is just one of them, but a lot of them have built-in, I guess, nutrition information. So instead of finding the caloric value of an apple, for example, it's probably already in the app. It also includes a lot of packaged goods, so you can actually scan barcodes and it'll put those packaged goods in the app for you, and it'll just make it a lot easier for you to track what you're consuming. Food diaries are super helpful. I started with a food diary, and now I am much more comfortable just knowing what type of caloric information certain foods hold, and it makes it a lot easier for me to eat out, everything like that. I just have a much better understanding of food in general, which is something I did not have when I first started losing weight. In fact, when I first started losing weight, I had to Google what a calorie was. So I definitely recommend something that's going to teach you more about the food you're eating, the nutrition behind it, and everything like that. So the fifth must-have for weight loss that I recommend is actually a fitness or activity tracker. So I use the Apple Watch. I've used the Apple Watch since the beginning. Just the fitness tracker that I like best. I have all Apple products. Just makes it super, it's super integratable. It's super easy.
I'm not sure I understand.
What? By no means do you need to go out and buy a $500 Apple Watch. There are so many fitness trackers on the market that are much more affordable and will do the exact same thing that you're looking for it to do. The thing about the Apple Watch is it's also a smartwatch, which is why it comes with a premium price tag. Also, it's an Apple product, so Apple likes to rip us off, let's be real. But yeah, the reason I prefer the Apple Watch is because it has a heart rate monitor as well as GPS built in. GPS is super beneficial for someone like me who runs because it can track my runs without me having to bring my phone. I also really like the heart rate monitor. I like to track that type of information throughout the day. It takes my heart rate when I'm running, so I can see, trends in my heart rate as I run, as well as like my resting heart rate throughout the day. And that's something that's really important to me because I like to keep track of that information. And since I did have this at the beginning of my weight loss journey, I've seen massive changes in my heart rate over time. Before, I'm pretty sure my resting heart rate was around 90 beats per minute. Well, now it's around like between 50 and 60. Sometimes it's in the 40s, and I'm like, how are you not dead? So the sixth and final tip or must-have for weight loss that I wanted to include is actually a weight loss blog or fitness account. So this is something that's completely optional. Obviously, all of these things are optional, but this is something that I don't really see a lot of people recommending to people starting weight loss or fitness journeys, but something that I have found to be so fucking valuable. So if you did not know, I actually started my social media presence on Instagram, and I started as an account that I just used to track my progress. What I did not expect when I made that account was to meet so many inspiring and like-minded people. It connected me to people all over the world trying to lose weight. It enabled me to talk to people about recipes, workouts, everything like that. It was just a very motivating force in my life. I didn't feel comfortable talking about my weight loss with my family or friends when I first started. So social media kind of gave me that outlet I needed to talk to people, to relate to people, and to, I guess, seek advice and help when I needed it. Also, there is a very large, very empowering, and very vibrant weight loss community on Instagram. So many people, thousands and thousands of people supporting each other. you can meet your new best fucking friend on Instagram, I swear. But yes, guys, so those are my top 6 must-haves for your weight loss or fitness journey. I hope you found them helpful. I know a lot of them you guys are probably already doing, especially if you're return subscribers. Hey girl. But I just wanted to come on camera quickly and share with you some things that I have found super valuable in my weight loss journey. If you like this video, please remember to like it, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Bye!
Fuck your Bible, let me babble. Make the song